week and a half ago, I had made a video talking about the fact that Rob had been arrested a few weeks ago for allegedly trying to sell narcotics, and Tia recently did a Q&A on her Instagram and answered some of her followers' questions. One person asked, if Rob still bothers you after the breakup, we all want to know the tea. She said this had to be the first question. Yes, he still bothers me. Then someone asked her if she got Rob locked up, and she said, how did you know I was the person to allegedly put narcotics in the pocket of someone I haven't seen in months? Wow, you are all real genius. And I think that's just people who don't want to accept that Rob actually did what he did. Someone asked, do you eat a little man booty? And she said, go to hell. And then someone asked her, when was the last time that she's heard from Rob? Which I think that's a very good question. And she shared some receipts of alleged calls from Rob that same day. It shows an incoming call for 6 minutes and an incoming call for 15 minutes. It definitely looks like not only is he reaching out, but she's picking up them phone calls too and seeing what he wants. I bet he's trying to get some money on his books and just trying to have some support now that he's back in jail. And someone asked, is she single? And she said, I sure am. And those are all the updates or questions that Tia answered. Now I want to talk about Savannah and Bradley. So after they went to Bradley's going home party, things were kind of tense because Savannah's just not happy that Bradley's sister Caddy is not cool with her, and she feels like Bradley's really not doing anything to promote them having a good relationship. She sat down with Bradley and she's like, yeah, I just don't like how your sister doesn't like me. Like, I really wish we could all be on good terms. And Bradley was like, I don't give a damn. I'm not getting in between this. And I just don't like that because I feel like it's not fair because he is so defensive when it comes to his family, and he says he doesn't want to talk about Caddy, like especially his sister Caddy. Like, he does not get that triggered when it comes to Alyssa, but Caddy, his little BFF, you can't say anything bad about her. He gets really upset. But I feel like he should be doing the same thing with Savannah to Caddy. Like, if he really cared about Savannah the way he acts like he does, then I feel like he would be upset and not want to portray Savannah in a bad light. He just acts like he cannot stand Savannah and like he's so annoyed with her most of the time, and it just feels like they're not compatible at all. It seems like he is so much fun around everybody else, but once he's around Savannah, oh, he seems like he is so miserable and like he would rather be anywhere but with Savannah at that moment. And he sat there and told Savannah, I'm not going to sit here and talk bad about my family. And Savannah said, look, I feel like he does not care about me because he's not even trying to fix things, knowing how much it bothers me. And I think Bradley just thinks, oh, you know, Caddy's a hard one to crack. She has her mind set on Savannah. But he really hasn't tried to do anything to fix the situation. Like, yes, I understand he vented to his sister about being upset with the micromanaging that Savannah has done, but at the same time it kind of feels like he's done a smear campaign versus venting. Like, everything he says about Savannah is all bad and he doesn't mention any of the good parts. But at the same time, Savannah, I have not fully agreed with some of her behaviors since he's been released. I do not agree with the micromanaging, like with him on his phone. And then he got mad after Savannah wouldn't stop talking about Caddy, and he jumped in her car and drove off. Savannah was like, this mother effer did not just take my car. And she's tripping because that car doesn't even have her name on it. It's technically her mother's car, and she's had problems in the past where her mother had to, I guess, threaten to report. I don't know if she reported the car stolen, but she threatened to report the car stolen when Savannah was using. And she definitely doesn't want anybody to be driving the car besides Savannah. And now Bradley just took it upon himself to take the car. So Savannah calls up Bradley's sister, Alyssa, and she's like, you need to talk to Bradley and tell him he needs to bring my car back now. So Alyssa calls up Bradley, and did anyone notice the picture that popped up when she started calling? I'm like, okay, this is kind of weird. Like, is he a little too close with his sisters? Because that picture he had for Alyssa definitely was giving like a picture a guy would pick of a girl that he was banging, not his sister. I saw someone point out where, I guess, I don't have an iPhone, but I guess some iPhones, like, you can set the card for your contact, so anytime you contact anyone else that has an iPhone, I believe, this picture will pop up. So if Alyssa chose this on her iPhone, then okay, I get that. But if Bradley chose this as his contact photo for Alyssa, then that is just mad weird, in my opinion. So Alyssa calls him and she's like, bro, you need to get the car back right now. Savannah's tripping. I don't want anything bad to come about this. And she's not playing around. So Bradley was like, okay. And he starts venting to Alyssa about how much of a headache Savannah has been to him since he's been out. Kind of like what I said in my last video. I said I felt like she was micromanaging him. That's exactly what he said this episode. He said, she's micromanaging me. Last night I was on my phone, going through my phone, and the whole time she was right over my shoulder, and she was telling me I needed to delete this, I needed to keep this. She was pretty much telling him every little thing, step by step, what she wanted him to do with his social media. She wanted him to delete people, block people, get rid of pictures. I don't know the full story on why she's wanting him to block certain people and why she's micromanaging him like this. Like, if she has recent evidence of him cheating and if she wants him to, like, block a specific girl that he's been, like, talking to recently, I can see that. But I just think it's too much to be micromanaging him and telling him, like, what he can and can't have on his social media. She's not going to do anything but wear herself and wear him out in this relationship doing that. It's going to erode their trust with her constantly looking over his shoulder. And it just sends a clear message that she doesn't trust his judgment or his loyalty. And that's just going to have him build up resentment long term in this relationship if he thinks he's constantly under suspicion. And she needs to be able to give him a chance to have individuality and have his own social media and make the decisions on what he wants to have on there. Like, if she's trying to control every little aspect, then he's just gonna feel like he's being dominated, and he feels like he has to have his hand held for every little decision he has to make, and that is just not gonna do anything but hurt the relationship and cause arguments and distance in the relationship. Bradley started to turn around and take Savannah her card back, and you can already tell that this relationship is going downhill. I just don't think they're compatible together. I think they thought, you know, Savannah smoked weed, Bradley was her weed dealer. They thought, okay, we have this common interest, we both like marijuana, and they thought that was going to be enough to bring them together. But at the end of the day, it takes a lot more than a love for marijuana to have a good long-term relationship, and I just don't think they have a very good foundation that they're starting off on, with her already not fully trusting him. Bradley's a grown man. She just has to trust that he makes the right decisions and gives him room to make his own decisions. And I can understand why, though, she feels it's so important to want to be on Caddy's good side because she's so close with Bradley. I feel like she does have a big influence on Bradley. Like, if Caddy doesn't like Savannah, I think Bradley's going to take that opinion more than anyone else is and consider that when it comes to his relationship with Savannah. But that is it for this video, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I guess it's safe to say, good thing these two didn't rush into having a baby or anything, you know, like they're talking about, like she's talking about taking her IUD out. I think that's a blessing in disguise. They did not rush into marriage or having babies, because you can just tell that they're just not good together as boyfriend and girlfriend. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.